Yeah, I'm looking at you because you said this was going to be the last time you got off, but you ended up doing it again, huh? How many last times you going to have before you stop watching corn, my boy? We're going to talk about why every man needs to stop watching corn in 2025. If you watching that corn, we got to talk. We got some stuff over here that I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to talk about from personal experience as well, because I got stories behind why I don't watch it no more, okay? So number one, every man in their part in life, once they discover that they're able to, release something from their thing-a-lang, you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole nother universe opens up. You're like, oh, shit. I remember when it was my first time, I was like, oh, wow. I'm talented. I thought I had unlocked a new ability. I've never seen such a specimen before, such a energy in my life. And then once I discovered that, it was like, oh, yeah, once you get that one, it's like there's no feeling better than that. You could literally birth a whole life from that energy. Have you ever thought about that? Like you doing your thing and whatever, right? And then you get off one time and it's like you're finished after that. Your energy is shot. Your energy is gone after that, my boy. And it's like, you ever wonder why? Because a whole human being comes from that. That is your sacred energy, my boy. So when you're walking around and you're not feeling as motivated, as energetic, and I'm not even trying to be one of them semen retention dudes, because there's a limit to that, right? I think a lot of people that's on that semen retention is really just doing it for the views. There's some benefits, but it's not cranked up to what it actually is, right? Some people may disagree with me in the comments, and that's okay. We here for open discussion. That's what this channel is about. I don't care if you disagree with me. As long as it's just respectful, we good, right? But it's like, bro, don't waste your energy, you know what I'm saying, on your own accord. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the second point. When you get with a shorty, right, and she's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, about to get ready to get crazy with you, and you can't get up, that's going to be a problem. I remember, right, I was dealing with this one shorty, right? Fine shit. You either going to run into two problems, and I ran into both of them. I released quickly, right? And then he's like, how did you release quickly if you practicing, you watching, you know what I'm saying, right? First of all, nothing is like the real thing. So if you don't have that discipline, you too excited because, you getting off on the pornography, you know what I'm saying? When you get the real thing, you ain't gonna know what to do with it. Word. Okay? The second thing is, I'm over here getting to it and whatnot with another shorty, and mid-John, my shit going down. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, it's not the time for that shit. Get it together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I'm trying to close my eyes and shit. I'm trying to, get right in my mind so she's not like, you good back there? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, my shit, I can feel my joint coming back. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this is not good. You know what I'm saying? So I flip her over. I say, hey, do the, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it very PG because YouTube like to censor my videos. I'm too authentic. Word. Right? So I told her, you know what I'm saying, get some, I try to distract. I try to do my thing with the, you know what I'm saying? This was with a girl that I was with at the time. Right? Just to buy me some time, right? And I'm over here, and I'm over here trying to smack my shit up while I'm, you know what I'm saying? So boom, the shit wasn't getting up. And earlier that day, you know what I'm saying, I was, you know what I mean? I was doing the ultimate sin. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, there's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, rasticrating, but if you're doing it to a visual, it's going to make you desensitized to what's right in front of you as well. So it can have both effects. It can have the effects where you haven't got one in a while and you too excited, you pre-relaculate, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be the opposite effect. So it's like, if you want to procrastinate, you know what I'm saying, make sure you're not doing it to visuals. If you're just trying to, you know what I'm saying, work on your impulse control, because there's some benefits there too. I'm not saying you can't, you know what I'm saying, stroke the demon, but you know what I'm saying? Don't do it to the visuals because it's gonna fuck you up. Yeah, it's the largest dopamine release you're gonna get in your life. Word. It's gonna be like after you done, like bro, yo, on some real shit a few months ago, and I remember this vividly, right? I remember this vividly. I'm not gonna sit here and cap like, oh, I've never done it in my life. Nah, a few months ago I was going crazy on my shit. Word. I had a little ceremony, my nigga. I had this shit set up, propped up in the bathroom. I got one of them stand-up showers back there. Had my shit propped up, you know what I'm saying, on the little ledge where I put the soap at. You know what I'm saying? Made sure the water was hitting my back at the right temperature. I was right, you know what I'm saying? Had my shit, you know? Boom! I'm getting to it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of like waiting. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying, make the moment go past too fast. So I'm like, I'll get to the point where I'm about to, and I'll stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, it's not, I gotta stretch it out a little bit more, right? And that kind of works because this could help you like train. If you one of them people that last a little, if you don't last long in the bedroom with the shorty and your shorty's like, baby, why you going so fast? Why you coming fast? Why you coming fast? You know what I'm saying? If your shorty say, why you coming fast? You're gonna have to get your edge control right. You know what I'm saying? But back to the point. I'm like, and I finally get to the point where I'm ready, right? And yo, when I'm over here getting to it, bro, I swear to God, I swear, bro, the way my face like scrunched up, I was like and then after I released, I was disappointed in myself. I'm not gonna lie. I was disappointed in myself. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, that's it? Bro, I was like, the way that they do it in the visuals, bro, it don't be capped. Sometimes it be feeling like that. It's like you about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm laughing because y'all know what I'm talking about. If you haven't experienced that, man, you in for a rude awakening, man. And I was like, nah, I can't be doing this no more, gang. I looked at myself and I was just like, man, this is terrible, bro. This is terrible, man. All that energy I had before to conquer life and shit, once I was done, I was like, yo, what's the point of this shit? I was so relaxed. So relaxed. You know what I'm saying? And this leads me on to my other point. It will give you a false sense of accomplishment because why? Your brain doesn't know the difference between the pornography and real life. It is the same get off, right? The sensation may feel a little different, but your brain don't know the difference. It's the same release. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is that you don't got that bond going on with somebody else, but you're creating that bond with that technology. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're having difficulties, you know what I'm saying, accomplishing stuff in your life, that could be contributing to it because, you know, instead of going out there, this is going to be very like, oh my God, this guy, he don't understand. For all my people, you know what I'm saying, that's not used to getting Johns and you know, are struggling in dating because my channel revolves around that, I sympathize with you, right? Some of us don't have no choice. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But for my men that do have a choice and have tried and has had proof that they could get some, you know what I'm saying, punani, you know what I'm saying? It's better that, you know what I mean, you get it from the real thing. Just keeping it a band. Just keeping it a band because once you get tread down those waters, if you're doing it on every day, twice, 5 times a day, I don't know. Listen, when I was an avid, you know what I'm saying, corasterator, I did it once a day. Some of y'all are athletes, Olympic, like I can't compete with some of y'all. Y'all motherfuckers be hit. I be hearing stories where y'all be hitting it 3-4 times a day. Damn, yo shit still work? What? And y'all be younger than me. I'm 27. I'm like, yo, y'all be hitting it like that? Oh yeah. But yeah, it's just like, it'll fuck up your dopamine receptors because every time you release, you think you've actually had intercourse with a woman. You know what I'm saying? And this goes for the ladies too. You know what I'm saying? This is advice for the ladies too. Word. But this is mostly for the men. You could get desensitized to the real thing, right? Once I stop, you know, corasterating, you know what I'm saying? at least to the visuals, even a slight change like that. When I saw shorties in real life, I ain't gonna lie, you remember in middle school, elementary school, when you used to wake up and you have to walk around with your bag like this? Right? My boy, that shit started happening to me. Word, to this day. When I see fine shit, you know what I'm saying? And like, a thought goes through my mind, my shit, the flags start to come up. I'm like, oh, hold on, we back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that some of the shorties that's watching this video is gonna be like, oh my God, this guy's a pervert. No, I'm just simply saying that my shit work the way that it's supposed to work. I remember back when I was a young blood, simply looking at a shorty, or you know, if a shorty whisper in my ear, I'd be like, hee! And there was a point in time where that didn't happen. Shorty, I would actually not wanna, I would wait for I would do the thing with my shorty, and then when she would leave, I get the real, you know what I'm saying? I get the rorography, and I get off to that too. That's some other shit. That's bad. No cap. This is full transparent moment. Some of y'all can relate to me on this. Y'all be like, damn, son, that's it. That's all I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm getting. I need to get right real quick. All right. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid to say that. But that's another problem in itself. Right? Here's another problem that watching, you know, rating and watching the corn go and do to you, right? When you watch the John, right, and you approach a woman in real life, it's gonna make you so impatient. You want to get straight to plan, like you straight to it. You're not gonna want to know what the shorty's up to. You're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna make it weird. You're not gonna fill the room out. Like, even if you are part of hookup culture and shit like that, right? You gotta vibe with the shorty before y'all get straight to it. It's not gonna be like, oh, let me get on the dating app. Hey, what's up, shorty? You trying to pull up? No context. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll work, you know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna work. And then when you get there, when she pull up to your crib, that's a whole nother, like, you gotta break the ice somehow, some way, put a movie on. You can't just open the door, grab her shit, throw her on the bed, like, hello, me too? Chill out. You gotta vibe with the shorty. So when you watching the rorography, right? When you're watching the rorography, you don't got the patience to warm up the situation, to break the ice, you know what I'm saying? Crack a few jokes and then get to it. You're gonna be like, that's that energy that I discussed in my last story when I was, you know what I'm saying? I had the whole ceremony and I was over here wilding, and that's the same energy you're gonna have. You're gonna be looking at her with a vengeance, and she's gonna be scared, my nigga. You're gonna scare her. You don't wanna do that. You wanna make sure she's comfortable. This is supposed to be, sex is supposed to be fun. Let's just keep it, at least for me. It's supposed to be a fun time that you share with somebody else, learning one another. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't just have, you know what I'm saying, intercourse with just anybody, right? Because it's like, it's an exchange. Like, we're being very vulnerable right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know, make sure that we both super comfortable before we go there. You know what I mean? But a lot of dudes, because they watching the rorography, they over here looking at lust. That's lust. That's literally lust. I hate doing it like that, but that's how I think about it. It's just like thirsty bloodlust, right? When you think of a vampire, that's what I'm thinking. Yo, it's crazy because it's I know y'all know what I'm talking about, right? It's just crazy. The next issue is that you have unrealistic expectations of what the real experience looks like. You see all these shorties in your favorite category doing wild shit, right? I ain't gonna lie, some of the shorties, they be with it, right? And that's more power to you. If you have a shorty like that, more power to you, right? If you want to freestyle and experiment, great, amazing. I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all be expecting every shorty to be like that. And every shorty is not gonna be able to take wood for 5 hours straight. And no cap. Some of them need a break. Some of them not gonna be able to flip around, you know what I'm saying, do all types of crazy. It's just not, no. Real shit, right? It's just, and then that creates pressure in the situation when the experience is supposed to be it's a very vulnerable experience. So when you put pressure towards it, That's when you start getting situations where you don't last too long because you over here trying not to release quickly, but you end up doing it because you're thinking about it, right? It's just gonna happen. If you natural, you chilling, you breathing, you taking your time, you good. You enjoying the experience for what it is. I'm telling you, you do the foreplay, you take your time. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going crazy. You're gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, shorties like foreplay more than the actual thing. That's what gets them off, from what I've experienced, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a gallus. You know what a gallus is? As Rekka says, a gallus is a guy that used to get a lot of dudes, right? Basically, and that's like a Jamaican term. A gallus is just a person, a man that gets like a lot of a play from shorties. You know what I'm saying? He's just like that dude. Shout out to Rekka. But yeah, take your time. The expectations, the unrealistic expectations. There's the internet, and then there's real life. If you dealing with an OF model, okay, I can understand where that comes from. But if you dealing with a real life shorty, all right, my boy, knock it back. If y'all want to have that conversation, because some of these shorties, they freaky, and that's okay. I'll be with it too. I'll be like, hey, what's your fantasy? You know what I'm saying? Let's try to fulfill that. We could check this shit off. It could be a game. Every time we do it, check that off, check this off, check this. Now, if you trying to get next to my butt, we gonna have beef. Me not do butt. Me not want nothing close to my bum. Word to bro. Fire for that. But hey, if you're a dude and you like that, great. But for me, fire, blade. Hey, yes, no, I'm good. Okay? Right? I remember I had a shorty ask me, hey, you like from the back? Excuse me? Huh? What you mean? I ain't say it like that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really like nothing back there. The only thing, you know what I'm saying, I do from back there is, use the bathroom. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then they say, oh, for men, that's the spot is back there. I don't give a fuck what's back there. I don't give a fuck. Word. You hear me? I don't give a fuck. Word. Okay? Now, the last thing I want to talk about is that when you, on these websites and things of that nature, there's a lot of trafficking, there's a lot of weird shit that goes on these websites. And you watching that kind of promotes the activity because they're getting traffic. There's a demand there. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you're kind of treading with the water. Not saying that you believe these things, because there's people that watch the content like myself, right? That are not really, let me not even say not really. I don't fuck with shit like that. I don't like the trafficking. I don't like the PDF files. I don't do that. But there's a lot of that goes on those websites. So you just got to be very wary of that as well. It's like, damn, you kind of just, sometimes you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Word. So it's like, we got to really start to put in perspective some of the things that we're doing when we're getting off to the pornography. You know what I'm saying? So, again, if you getting off and you know what I'm saying, you are avid Olympic gold medalist when you getting off to procrastinating, you know what I'm saying? Scale it back, my boy. Scale it back. You know what I'm saying? I understand some of us we don't have a choice, but it's like we gotta find other ways to mitigate our energy, right? I remember a lot of the times when I would feel like a lot, like it's built up, because it's been a while for myself. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. I'm damn near a virgin at this point. Fucking hey. Right? But I'll work out. I'll go do some shit outside. You could use that energy for other things. You know what I'm saying? But once you release it, all the energy you had to do anything else is just like, what's the point of this shit? Like, I'm tired. I'm gonna chill, kick back on the couch. You know what I mean? Word. But it's like, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. And it just doesn't benefit you in any way to get off to the pornography. Now, if you sharpening your iron, that's what my homies call it. You know what I'm saying? Which means like, You doing it without the pornography, so you know you could build awareness around your genitalia area, so you know how to control it when you are interacting with a shorty. You know what I'm saying? So you're not coming fast. That's different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against that. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna do that, do that. That's cool. But the pornography, it's gonna fry your brain. It's gonna fry your brain. If you're an avid user, scale it back. And then eventually, turn it off completely. No cap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know y'all thoughts on the whole pornography. I don't think dudes should be watching it. You know what I'm saying? Because it fries your brain and your perception of the whole thing. You know what I mean? And it's just not beneficial for us as men. You know, we got the semen retention group. They be like, oh, day 365 of semen retention. I'm not asking you to be that fucking, like, don't touch this. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother issue of its own. You know what I'm saying? But that's like extremist, cool. But I'm not trying to judge those people over there on that side. But some of them will lie to you just for views. I don't really rock with that. Now, if you on the journey and you trying to enlighten people about it, great. You know what I'm saying? But if you lying about certain things you witnessed and things of that nature, because it's probably been like a solid 80, maybe 90 days, maybe, of semen retention for me. And I'm telling you, my boy, half of the shit they be saying be cap. I will tell you that you get more energy for sure. But the female glow, whoa, shit. Bullshit. I'ma just get bullshit. I was getting more shorties when I was here. They did not feel it. They don't give a fuck. Right? They don't care. They're not able to sense that. It's just, they're gonna say, oh, and endorphins and this, that, for fumes, some shit like that. I don't know. Cap. Right? But that's the video for today. Let me know y'all thoughts. I'm really interested in this conversation from both the shorties and the men, because I know shorties have this issue as well. And men, you know what I'm saying? It's 2025, man. You know what I mean? I get it. It's a rough life for us right now as men, but you know, debating ain't gonna really do nothing. It's just you gonna release, hate yourself, and then say, I'm gonna stop this shit. That was my last time. And then 7 days go by, you're gonna repeat it again. So it got a hold of you. You don't want something to have control of you like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it. You don't want it to have control of you like that. You want to be able to control those urges. All right? But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, go suck your mother.